the Chevy Bolt electric vehicle. It's Chevrolet's answer to Tesla and the Model 3. So let's see, how does it stack up? It's got a 220-mile range average, which is with the Tesla Model 3. It's got a 0 to 60 of approximately 5 seconds, which is also right there with the Tesla Model 3. And it's a fun car to drive. So let's start with the trunk. So let's go and take a look back there. So the trunk over here, let's pull it up, manual trunk. And what's really cool is that you've got a false floor over here. And if you come in a little closer over here, you've got plenty of storage room back here. This is amazing. So if you ever want to hide something, you've got a purse, you've got a backpack, a laptop, anything, you can stick it right back down there. And then we can just put it right back up, and there you go. And with that, you still have plenty of storage room. You've got a privacy shelf over here. You can also remove that if you would like and get more storage room, or you can leave it if you want privacy. So let's close this up and let's look at some of the other parts of the car. Okay.
How responsive is braking? That's some responsive acceleration.
Oh. That is good.
Wow, alright, that's pretty fun.
Well, it feels really small, which I like. Like, I drive an SUV, so I like how, you know, it's very responsive. And I like the 0 to 60. It's better than my car.
How's visibility? Can you see out of it? Same as your SUV?
Oh yeah, visibility is really good. The rear window is nice and big.
What is the mirror size where you're getting good view?
Yeah, the mirror is actually nice and large. I like the mirrors. Can you put this into the little camera thingy?
Yeah, there we go. If you flip the switch right here, you can have
that's
camera
so
mode.
cool.
It's like the rear camera.
It's just so cool.
I think that's incredible. You also get like a lower down shot, so it's easier to spot like the little Miatas that are a foot and a half off the ground. It's incredible how good newer cars are. Like having like the silence of this car like 10 years ago would have been like a high-end luxury car.
Yeah.
Especially having like build quality this good. I love this material here for some reason. It's like it was like a roughish texture to it, but it's not like the classic faux carbon fiber that most people do.
Oh yeah.
It's actually like a pretty creative color. Yeah.
So one pedal drive, I was actually reading up about that. That's really cool. So when you let off the gas, will it come to a complete stop?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's different from the Tesla. We're on the inside of the Chevy Bolt, and it's a very simplified interior. I think that's really nice. They've put a lot of stuff onto the touchscreen over here, and they just have a few buttons over here for your climate control, the power, seat heaters, defroster, really just the stuff that you need at an instant, which is really nice. And we took it out for a drive, so let's talk about some of the things that we really like from that. Other electric cars, at least in Tesla, you only have one way to do regenerative braking, which is basically you let off the gas, or the accelerator, I guess, and it'll slow down, but it won't come to a stop. Now in this, you have 3 different ways to do it. Either you can do the brake, and the brake is also regenerative braking, which is neat. You have a little paddle over here. If you pull that, then your car will start to slow down. It's regenerative braking, which also holds it at a stop, so you don't even need to have your foot on the brake. Or you can pull it down into low gear, which is really cool.
Okay, I gotta say, maybe my favorite feature is the acceleration. It felt amazing.
Oh yeah, it felt really good. And also, I think just the steering and the feel of the car, it feels small. It doesn't feel like a really big car. It maneuvers really well. It takes U-turns in an instant, man. The turning radius is insane.
The wheelbase, I definitely think, helps with that. It definitely feels almost like a small sports car, like with its handling, because you can just maneuver around curves.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. It's also got the front collision warning, which is helpful. It's got heated steering wheel, heated seats all throughout the cabin, which is really nice.
They definitely didn't scamp on high-tech features. You got blind spot, you got, what did you say, 10 airbags? That's insane.
Yeah. It's safe. 5-star NHTSA rating, so it's a good family car.
Yeah, definitely, I agree.
And rear room, I was sitting in that. Man, it's a lot of space back there.
Yes.
I think that's one weakness of the Tesla Model 3. The rear seats, it's not that spacious, and it's definitely done a better job of that, which is really good on Chevy for that.
You know, speaking of the seats, one of the major complaints I've heard about is how the front seats aren't very comfortable. But I gotta say, when you step up to this LT trim, it definitely feels, what is this, the Premier trim?
The Premier, yeah.
Premier. Sorry, my bad, Premier. You definitely get these nicer leather seats. I definitely don't have any problem sitting in. I think these feel fine.
These are really comfortable. I could do a road trip in these, no problem.
Exactly, yeah. It's excellent. And rear passenger, how you doing back there?
Perfect, I got plenty of room.
Yeah. So for a small car like this, it's pretty incredible.
And
it's probably the ideal city car because you got high density parking, where you definitely need a smaller car like this to park in. And with these 360 cameras, this rear view and front view camera, including on the mirror, you definitely have all the guides you need to when you're doing city driving, where even a couple inches is a mistake in some directions.
Actually, let's talk about that. This camera, I think, is the best feature of the Chevy Bolt, no question. Like, you flip a switch, and basically it turns from a rear view mirror to a camera. Guessing they're using probably the backup camera for that. And it's amazing because you've got the full view. You've also got like either lane on each side through where you can see, so it's really helpful. That is amazing.
Definitely, I agree on that note. Okay, so we talked about a lot of the good things. How about we talk about some things that were kind of iffy? So I gotta say, the only thing I have a major criticism with is the shifter. It feels kind of odd. I'm sure that's something you just have to get used to, how you have to shift to D by going upward or downward.
Oh yeah, that's true.
That's the only small problem I had with it, but besides that, it's a very solid car. I have a very hard time finding any complaints, other than the normal problems you associate with a new car, like bigger pillars, but that makes sense because of all the airbags. So there's no real criticisms I have for it.
And also, it's an electric car, so I think one thing that other electric car manufacturers have to take from this is it shows you your range, and then it shows what's the optimal range. If you drive like perfectly, you know, you're probably drafting behind a semi or something. If you're going on a road trip, that's really good. And then it also has the worst range if you're, you know, constantly accelerating and you're just not driving efficiently. So you really know like what range do you fit into, which is really helpful. And it's got about 220 miles. It really depends on how you're driving. You can get 250, 300 if you drive well. But that's plenty of range for a daily commuter car. Because I think the average daily commute, it's under, what was it, 30 miles or something.
Yeah, definitely like that.
It's 80% of drivers go under that. So
living here, where you got 2 hours of traffic to go to work, I think this is pretty exceptional because you can just sit there, engine off, and then you're ready to go.
And with the USB ports, you can do Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, which is really great to have, which the Model 3 does not, which I really wish Tesla, you got to put that in, but that's really helpful.
You also have, like we just found out, a huge fleet of steering wheel controls.
Yeah, and that's great because then you don't have to take your hands off the wheel.
And for our cold weather folks, we got heated steering wheel, which is lovely, heated seats, of course, which is pretty odd considering 5 years ago this would have been a luxury exclusive feature.
And there's still car manufacturers that charge for heated seats, which is...
And there's still car manufacturers that make them with roll-down windows. So. This is, I gotta say, this is an incredible car. Build quality is impeccable. It's very, very well thought out, I gotta say. Also incredible is these seats go super far back. So if you're super tall like me and it's just you guys, you can slide the seat all the way back, and like my legs wouldn't even touch this front firewall.
And also, like, you're really tall and you've got a good amount of headroom here.
Surprisingly, like right up here, because it's kind of concave, so that it'll fit right up here. And I just gotta lean slightly in, but it's perfect for headroom. I think this is like, before you go too small where it just becomes impractical and somewhat silly, this is like the perfect compromise between small, but you don't want a smart car, and big and capable, but you don't want a Model X.
Yeah, that's true. It's a really good car. But yeah, I think
definitely probably one of the largest contenders. I think this is probably up there with the top best electric cars. We really got to see how this compares to the Model 3, because this definitely seems like it'll be a pretty big competitor.
Well, I guess that's pretty much it. Thank you for watching, guys. Leave a like on the video and hit the subscribe button because we've got a lot of interesting content coming up.
And say thank you to Chevy for us too.
Yes, thank you to Momentum Chevrolet. This was a huge help. This is an amazing car. Thank you, guys.
Take care.